Hey guys, Bushcraft 412 here. Let's talk about magazines. How many of these bad boys do you really need? I know, they're super expensive. Some of them are really tough to get. How many do you need? That's what I want to talk about today. I've kind of set a new standard, with the New York SAFE Act kind of coming through and threatening the 10-round magazines. I went on a huge buying spree. And what you see here, guys, is just the tip of the iceberg. I bought way more that I was too lazy to haul downstairs to show you on this video. Of course, you know, that 10-round magazine ban fizzled and has been repealed. But nonetheless, it was really important for me to buy these because I did not have the magazines that I should have had. I had a tendency to buy guns and never buy the magazine because I was always too busy trying to buy more guns, more ammo, and I would always forget and neglect magazines. Your gun is only as useful as your magazines. If you are in a firefight, when your magazines run out, you are out of the firefight. Because the time it's going to take you to reload them, whoever's shooting at you is going to have a decided advantage while you reload. So you are limited in a firefight to how many magazines you have. So, guys, if you own a handgun, you're using it for home defense. Once you run out of that last magazine, if you have 2 and you run out, you're done. The fight's over. You've lost. If you have 5, great. 10, better, you know, but I understand they're expensive. Not everyone can afford 10 magazines for their guns. But the more you can have, the more likely you are not to be the person who runs out of ammo first. And that's really important when it comes to home defense, self-defense, and surviving in general. Another great reason for having a lot of magazines, target shooting. It's really nice to go to the range and have all your bullets loaded into magazines and not have to sit there shooting. I'm not sure, you know, everyone, you know, kind of lives in different areas here, but here in New York, the gun ranges are very, very busy, and many times you have to wait for a table, and there's nothing worse than when some jackwagon's sitting there loading up magazines one at a time, slow as can be, while you're waiting to shoot. It's nice sometimes to go and have your magazines already loaded, get in there, shoot, get out, let the next guy have his turn, you know. Reload your magazines, come back around, shoot again. So, cool to have for the range. And it's a really considerate thing to have for other people. Because I wish more people showed that courtesy to me. But no, lots of people go with one magazine, shoot 10 rounds, load 10 rounds. Shoot 10 rounds, load 10 rounds. They're there forever. Versus if they had 5 magazines, they could shoot them, get up, let someone else shoot while they reload. So, little rant. Okay, back on track. So, when it comes to handguns, having a self-defense handgun, most people are not going to carry 10 magazines on them. Completely understandable. You're typically going to carry between 1 and 3. You know, maybe 4 if you're a little more cavalier. But you want to make sure you have enough magazines to carry, you know, if you're going to carry 3, you want to make sure you have 3 magazines, of course. But you want more than that because you want to be able to have magazines for the range. The worst thing you can do is have, say, like my Ruger P95. Let's use that as an example. The P95 comes with 2 magazines. Now, say I never buy any more magazines. I load that P95 up with some really good plus P hollow point bullets for the house. Now, every time I go to the range, I have to unload those plus Ps, put them somewhere, go to the range, shoot, come back, put those plus Ps back in. Now, there's been times where I've come back from the range and not put those bullets back in immediately. That leaves you vulnerable. That leaves you open. Or then, you know, plus other times, maybe you set them down, you forget where you put them, one of them rolls away, you lose it, you know, bad idea. Have enough magazines so that you can have your defensive ones, but then have a couple extras to take to the range. It's very good to have that so you're not mixing and matching. That way you're not going to accidentally mix up your good bullets versus your target bullets and all that jazz. So, really, guys, when it comes to magazines, the more the merrier. And the more you're able to separate your ammo and separate your magazines and rotate them, the longer they're going to last. You know, if you have 2 magazines and you go to the range and you only shoot one of those magazines, eventually that magazine's going to wear down and die. Then you're going to be stuck with 1 magazine. You're going to keep shooting that. Eventually that's going to wear down and die. They're a wearable part. They're going to wear down over time. If you have 10 magazines and you shoot them and you rotate them, they are going to last a long, long time. You know, there's just so many benefits to magazines, guys. I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave over magazines, but I just wanted to point this out because I know I was guilty of this. I would buy a gun, and however many magazines it came with, that was it. I didn't really buy anymore because I was always too busy looking at other guns and other ammo and stocking up on other things. And a good way to do this, guys, is start to be organized. When you look at a gun, say you're going to buy the Ruger P95 gun, we use for example, $300 gun. When you buy that gun, it comes with 2 magazines. Plan extra money to be able to purchase 2 additional magazines for that gun when you buy it. That way you're not buying the gun and forgetting about it for 2 years and then getting caught with your pants down because you drop a magazine, you lose it, falls out of your range bag, whatever, stupid excuse, you got them. So, with that said, end of the rant. Magazines, guys, they're like gold. Prices are only going up. Gun restrictions are only getting worse. The anti-gun lobby is only getting worse. Jump on it now while you can. Get as many as you can, as many as you can afford for all the guns you have. And tell you what, guys, if you're thinking about owning a gun, say if you're planning to buy an AR-15 next year, you're saving up for it, not a bad investment to buy a couple magazines now while you got the cash, because next year there could be a magazine ban. So sometimes it's smart to plan ahead, think ahead, and get these things, guys. And remember, you want to rotate them. You want to keep ammo separate, especially that good expensive ammo so you don't have mistakes with it. And you want to be able to have enough so that when you're carrying, you're doing it safely. You're not confusing ammo. You're not confusing magazines. You're rotating them, wearing them evenly, all that jazz. Hope you guys enjoyed Bushcraft 412. I'm out of here.